is here. A lot of important people, a lot of leadership in the room. We're here all watching the big board to see what happens, to see what the polls say. Who did we choose as our leaders in 2022 in the midterm elections? Stay with WHCI to find out tonight. My name again, Chris Prentice. Stay with us, WHCI. Yeah. Mr. Syed, how are you this evening, sir?
Hi, how are you? I'm okay. I'm very much enjoying, and I'm hoping the best for the West Hartford.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So I imagine you voted today?
Definitely. Me and my family, everybody.
Everybody raised their voice and came out to show support and participated in the system. How are you feeling about the future of Connecticut?
I'm very, very much hopeful about the future of Connecticut, especially under the governorship of Ned Lamont and Susan Walcevich. I know Susan for a long time, and they're doing very excellent job. And I think majority of the people of Connecticut are very happy. And I'm a West Hartford resident, and the education system and the mayor and everybody is doing very nice job. And I hope and pray they will put more and more attention on the education and municipal work and the law enforcement. It is I'm enjoying, my family enjoying, I think everybody enjoying is state of Connecticut and West Hartford.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for coming out. We're very excited tonight. Like he said, we're looking for great leadership to provide for our education, to provide for our families, to provide for a bright future in Connecticut, and it looks like we're going to get that. We're very excited to see what the results are on the polls. We've got our eyes on the big board looking at who's winning in different districts, who's winning in different seats. Let's stay with WHCI for the latest tonight. Stay with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's grow our good educated kids in the education.
I agree. Let's do it. Thank you, sir. The future of Connecticut after tonight.
So, I think Connecticut came out and voted really strongly. I was at a number of our polling areas, and the turnout was great. It was just constant people coming and voting, and there was great enthusiasm, I think. So, and I think that happened throughout Connecticut. I think most people are very, very happy with the way our state is run, and who and I do believe that the Democratic team will win. But I'm sure that there are going to be some towns that are going to have a little different opinion of things. But I know our West Hartford community came out really, really strong. I'm pretty confident for the Democratic team in Connecticut.
Excellent, excellent. And I know, like she said, there's going to be other towns, but you know what? It takes all kinds of folks to make the world spin. We need everybody, and I'm glad you saw such a great turnout. When I went to go vote, I know I saw a lot of people there. I saw a lot of hard workers counting the polls, the ballots, and everything. We're doing a great job, Connecticut. Keep showing up. Thank you, Mayor Cantor. Thank you for all you do. Get back to the party. Amy Exum, she is running for a 19th district seat, yes?
Yes.
In Hartford. Okay, here she is. We just wanted to get a quick couple of words with you, Miss Exum. How do you feel about the energy in the room tonight? How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel a lot of optimism tonight. I think that we're going to be in really good shape here in the West Hartford community and in the state. I think we're going to be in wonderful shape just all throughout. And we had activity and a lot of momentum today. It was busy all day at our polls, and I think it bodes well for the Democrats.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so there's great energy going into this election. How do you feel about the future, the immediate future of Connecticut after this election? When the dust is settled, what do you think? What are we looking at? How do you feel about it?
Well, provided that what I say and hope and predict is going to happen takes place, I feel really good about leadership. I was heartened today when I had an opportunity when I was poll standing, and I spoke to a Republican gentleman who said that he really was not voting for any Democrats except for Ned Lamont, that he felt, and then he said he would vote for myself when we finished the conversation. But he did say that he felt he was really pleased with the way that our response was to the pandemic, and understanding their issues with the economy, but feeling confident with the leadership. And I think that the leadership that will be elected and brought into office, it will be great for early voting. We're looking good around women's reproductive rights. We're looking good for so many areas, and this bodes well for our future. So I feel very optimistic. I know there are tough times ahead, but we have great leadership in place, and I think that we'll be riding this out over time. I do.
Awesome, awesome. It's great to hear from you. Straight from Tammy Exum herself, she's letting you know she's confident in the future of Connecticut. We should be too, right? Excellent. Thank you very much for stepping in with us here. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're back again, this time with Jillian Gilchrist, State Representative for the 6th District?
18th.
I apologize. Jillian Gilchrist, 18th District Representative. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling really good. Yeah.
How do you feel about the energy in the room? I see a lot of people in here and there's a lot of happy faces. How do you feel?
Yeah, there's great energy in the room. It was a wonderful election day. The turnout was tremendous, and it was just a steady stream all day long of voters.
Okay. Awesome. That's great to hear, right? And in a time like this, we need to get out to vote, and it looks like we have. How do you feel about the future of West Hartford residents? After today, once the dust has settled, all the polls are closed, all of the leaders and winners have been established, what do you think? How do you feel? What's your outlook?
So often West Hartford is called a bubble. Today, seeing that bubble in action, there's just this energy to election day where people feel like they're taking part in something bigger than themselves. And they bring their children, and the turnout. So I feel very optimistic for the community of West Hartford. We care about one another, we care about our state, we care about our country, and that's what today illustrated to me. And people trust in the leaders that they elect to do the job they elect them for, and recognize that vote matters. And so if we're not doing the job they've elected us to do, they'll come back next time around and not elect us.
Let you know.
Yeah.
Awesome. So there you have it. A lot of energy, a lot of positive energy, a bright outlook for the future of West Hartford and Connecticut at large. Thank you, Miss Gilchrist. We appreciate your time. Thank you. Stay with us. We're here with Mr. Vargas, Mr. Gibson, both state representatives. Gentlemen, how are you feeling tonight? Mr. Vargas.
Well, it's a great pleasure to be able to be part of the West Hartford delegation. I believe I'm the first Latino elected to a statewide office in the town of West Hartford, and it happened kind of by accident because of the 2022 census. Our districts came into West Hartford. Bobby from Bloomfield and me from Hartford, and here we are. But we're happy to be part of the West Hartford delegation. I'm still happy to be part of the Hartford delegation. Bobby's happy to be part of Bloomfield and of West Hartford. So we're all one happy family.
That's awesome. You guys are doing a little bit of everything. You're spreading out. You're bringing in more communities under your jurisdiction, yeah? So I understand, Mr. Gibson, this is your first year as West Hartford, representing any part of West Hartford. What can West Hartford residents expect?
Well, once again, I have to echo the sentiments of my friend here, State Representative Ed Vargas. We are part of the Black and Puerto Rican Caucus. I am actually the vice chair. And so one of the things we want to do is bring more diversity to this awesome town. West Hartford is already diverse, but we feel as though as state legislators, we can bring another element of diversity. So we're just so happy to be here. We're happy to be part of the WEHA delegation. Tonight is a great night for Democrats, and we're just ready to start. We're working now, but after tonight, we're not going to rest. We're going to continue working.
There you have it. There you have it. Tonight is only the beginning of the work, right? We're just getting to it. We got two great delegates here joining the WEHA team. Thank you both. Thank you both for showing up. And thank you, voters. Stay with us.
There we go.
There we go. Thank
Of the 20th district, not only West Hartford, but now Newington, and that was made possible because every single one of you. So as John said, please give a rousing round of applause for yourself. We've been at this for 10 months and knocking doors since May and talking to every single voter out there. We've known that this is about making sure that voters know that Democrats are the ones who are fighting for them. Democrats are the ones who delivered for them, and Democrats are the ones who are going to keep facing the challenges at hand to go back to the legislature and make sure that we're making Connecticut more affordable, make sure that we're making Connecticut a place of strong human rights, making sure that we're a Connecticut that protects our climate. We're going to do all of those things. Am I right? We're going to And again, I think personally, as someone who ran for the first time during COVID, this is a whole other new world, getting to actually run and have so many of you by my side. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for every door you knocked, for every call you made, for every text you sent, for every sign you put up. And I could not do this without several very important people in my life. One, can we give a round of applause for the best campaign manager Candidate could ever have, Jennifer Smith. I do want to give a shout out to our field manager. She had to head back to Northeastern, but Natalie De La Cruz has been one of West Hartford's shining stars, and she was a key part of our campaign. And then none other than my cheerleader in chief, my husband Chan. Facebook famous, but let's do what we know is right, is good, is positive and fair. I know for every single West Hartford resident. So I'm so proud to be a Democrat, and I can't wait for what we're going to do next for our community. Let's do it. With my West Hartford colleagues, so.
All right, so that was Kate. So we are all excited for her, and again, thank you everyone for helping out. Now we have some other folks who are state reps and state senators, have some races. So if all those folks want to come up here real quick, we got Tammy,
Bobby Gibson, Derek Slapp, Jerry Exel, Lillian Gilbert.
Yeah, and I've got to go Brookfield, so. And Morgan, yeah, woo! So guys, get the picture. For a second, and then we'll get
What do we have here on the TV behind us?
All right, one more with you.
Getting her on.
That's great team.
For those of you who don't know, I am State Rep Bobby Gibson, and I want to thank you for welcoming me into the West Hartford community. Thank you so much. You know, it's just an honor and a privilege to be able to serve. And I'm speaking from my standpoint, but let me speak for, give me the opportunity to speak for everyone in this room. Because everyone in this room, you serve. You serve because you support. You serve because you support us. You give us the confidence to go up to the Capitol and fight for the democratic way of life. Because it's not easy. We got those up there who do not want some of the things that we stand for. They don't want us to stand for health care. They don't want us to stand for gun control. They don't want us to stand for education. So by you giving us the power and the enthusiasm to be your voice and to represent you, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank my colleagues for for welcoming me in and working together. And we have the energy, the enthusiasm. Kate, I know it's not done yet, but you got this. And we just can't wait to January 1st to start session.
Ed Vargas coming up.
I've got to say, Bobby said it all. We may be new to West Hartford as representatives, part of the West Hartford delegation, but we're not new to the Democratic Party and what the Democratic Party stands for. So thank all of you who work today and work every day to push for those values. You mentioned all those issues, healthcare and all the others, and I might include women's rights, which thank you, and for us, the work begins in January, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd love Jillian to go for it next.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for your support. And although it wasn't maybe like Kate's race, I still, I showed up this morning. I've been saying to people, by 6:45, I was like, okay, like I'm feeling okay. Thank you all so much. What strikes me about today is the energy in West Hartford at the polls. Our town turns out, but we turn out because we all do share our democratic values. There's a belief in this community that we need to do good to each other and for each other. And I just had such joy all day getting to talk with people who feel that same way that I know we all feel. So thank you for your efforts this campaign season. I stand with my colleagues in that our work is just beginning. We are elected to serve you and the people of West Hartford, and so I am so looking forward to another 2 years. So honored. Thank you for the opportunity.
Also say I'm echoing what was said before, but it is so great to see you this evening. And it feels like it has been a really long election cycle for some reason. There's so much happening throughout. But today, I totally agree. There was something really special in the air. And when I would say to people, you know what, thank you so much for coming out today, they said, where else would I be? This is a part of what I'm supposed to do. This is what is important to me. And to see the enthusiasm and to see the whether or not, regardless of what side you were voting for, and I can tell which side most of the people around here were. But I will say it was clear that people thought it was important to express themselves through their vote. And I also want to thank the Democratic Town Committee. I want to thank Peter Andrews. I have to give him a shout out for just really being there and helping me out. Because you didn't have an opponent. You know that you won. I said, but it's important to connect with the constituents. It's important to hear what's important to other people. I needed to show up because I wanted you to see that I am here for you, that I am representing you, whether or not I am opposed. And I think that's really important. I'm so happy to be a part of this wonderful team. We're allowing some more guys to come in. But welcome, and I'm so excited. I know Kate has been working so hard and so long, and today people were saying to me, I just found out now Kate's not going to be my rep, and I just found out the last 2 weekends, you're going to be my rep now. I love Kate. I said, I love Kate too, but I'm going to do a good job for you. We'll share you. I'm so happy for you, and I'm not jinxing it at all, but we know how this is going to go. But thank you all so much for your support. We're there for you, and we look forward to getting started. I'm already starting to work. I can say that as I get ready for this next session, but I know that we're with that group of all of us are working for you. So anyway, thank you so much.
All right, next year, so I am so fired up to have Jamie talk to me. Oh my God, you forgot to thank
Jonathan, I'm sorry, my husband. Thank you.
Earl, I want to thank you too. tell Earl and I tell Alex and say, I'll see you later. And Tammy and I are off driving around. So anyway, so I am ready, fired up to serve another 2 years with passion, with intellectual curiosity, with humility, with empathy, and with deep, deep gratitude to all of you, because it takes all of us to do this. And I'm just so grateful. You're not only friends and colleagues, but I feel like we are really in community together. You know, it goes way beyond just Democratic Town Committee or volunteers, but I feel such a deep connection with all of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, special thanks to Alex, my wife, who's in the corner over there. Thank you. And Charlie, who's 10 and is learning about politics, and Zoe, who was with me all day today. And Zoe just started the Conard Young Democrats. It had fallen, you know, by the wayside a little bit during the pandemic, and Zoe said, I'm going to get it started again. So not only for the election, but to really work on great policy and engage people at Conard. So it's unbelievable that you did. I'm so proud of you. The Democratic Town Committee leadership, thank you. Thank you, John. Where did John? There he is. He's right in front of me. And Tiffany. Where's Tiffany? Tiffany! Vice chair of the party, not only the treasurer for Susan Bleiswitz's campaign, she's also my campaign manager, and she has become such a dear friend through this process. So much of what we're able to accomplish is because of John Tiffany's hard work, and Tiffany, just thank you. I know we're all so grateful for what you do. One of the most important and thankless jobs in any campaign is what? Treasurer! Bob Facey, let's have a burger. I want a burger when you see him, Bob. Thank you. He doesn't get any thanks, but if he messes up, he goes to prison. I mean, that's basically how the treasurer, right, exactly, how it works. And Peter Andrews as well. I don't know if Peter's still here or not, and I know you already thanked him, but again, Peter deserves a lot of thanks as well. I know a lot of us have probably mixed feelings, you know, about today, right? Especially as we watch what's going on behind me. You know, there's a saying in politics that you either run unopposed or, what's the other? Do you remember? Scared, right? Those are the two ways to run. I was unopposed, but still scared, in part because of, right, this stuff. Of course, what's happening statewide, but also nationally. And I think about our role, specifically all of our roles, and West Hartford, our role in, you know, what happens in this country. It's significant. We only have about 12 states in the entire country that are controlled by Democrats. And that could change after tonight. Connecticut, of course, is one of them. It would not be one of them without you, right? Without us, without West Hartford. We are the heart and soul of the Democratic Party. We share, as Jillian said, we share the same values, and they are at risk across the country, and even here in Connecticut. So as we go forward into the legislative session, we know there's going to be a lot of challenges. They're going to start even just next week when we know the person who shall not be named, he's like Voldemort, right? Yeah. I'm not even supposed to say that name, right? He's going to probably announce he's running for re-election, right? This a certain person, right? He's going to come back. We're not done with him yet. So my point is, we have a choice to make, especially if we get some mixed results here. We can either get dejected and become cynical and, you know, put our head under the covers, right? And we might do that for a day or two, but ultimately we have a choice to make. And I think we know what we have to do as West Hartford Democrats, right? We have to be the firewall. We have to be, and we are, right? And we're going to protect a woman's right to choose. We're going to protect, right, marriage equality, right? We're going to protect health care. We're going to protect our democracy. It's that big. So I'm grateful to all of you. Thank you. We're one big family, and let's get back to work after the vote. Cohen Egan, our probate court judge.
I want to thank all of you for all your support through all the years. You've been wonderful. I'm honored and humbled to be with this group of winners. I mean, I really am. I'm very, very blessed. Thank you all. I have great support from John and Tiffany. They're just fantastic. I'll thank my wife. I'll thank Earl. I won't forget my wife Judy, who's at home, who's tremendous support to me. She's taking care of our grandson. So we're blessed there. But you're all wonderful. It's great to be part of this Democratic team, and I'm very, very honored. So thank you all, and have a great night.
All right, folks. Just some last parting words. As your town chair, I want to thank all of you, and I want to thank everyone for the last 10 months for working hard. And I want to thank Tiffany McGinnis, who's the greatest vice chair in the world. Literally, in the state. And I want to thank the executive committee and the district chairs for all your hard work in getting the members out. And I want to thank the members of our fine DTC, our Democratic Town Committee of West Hartford. We continue to perform, and we continue to be that stopgap, and we're here today, we're here tomorrow. So thank you all so much, and we got some municipals coming up, so let's fire it up. Go Mark Williams! Go Mark Williams!
Hartford, we are back again here with Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Kevin Sullivan, former mayor of West Hartford.
Former mayor, former senator, former lieutenant governor, former senate president. I'm a former.
He's done it all. He's done it all, and he's here tonight. Mr. Sullivan, how do you feel tonight? What are your feelings on the energy in the room, on the polling places you visited? What did you see? How do you feel about what you saw?
I'm always proud of West Hartford. I think, the victory tonight for the Democrats is evidence that the values of this community are the values of the Democratic Party. I've been around long enough to remember when there was a responsible Republican Party in town that wasn't a captive of the right wing. It's sad to see what's happened. As a Democrat, I'm happy, but as a citizen, I'd rather it was a little bit more like it used to be. But it's a great victory for the candidates. They deserve a lot of support for the work they did, and it's a good message for the community.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of hard work went in today. A lot of people came out to put the vote out to raise their voices for what they believe in. What do you feel about the future of Connecticut and WEHA in general?
Well, let's just say for the future of Connecticut, I'm confident that Governor Lamont will be returned before the evening is over. He has done a great job again. Somebody who has been a positive force as opposed to a negative force, and that seems to be what the choice is these days. And for West Hartford, we have a great delegation going down to the Capitol. They've done a great job for us already. They will continue to do so. They work very closely with Sherry Cantor. So it's good news for us. Last thing that's good news, I suspect that once again we will be one of the top 5-6 towns in terms of delivering turnout, delivering votes for the Democratic candidates. We were last time, we will be again. West Hartford is a powerhouse.
That's right. You can't beat West Hartford spirit, especially on Election Day. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for checking in with us.
Thank you for covering this.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. Hartford, we're here. My name is Chris Prentice. I'm here with Senator Derek Slapp. How are you, sir? How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. A big win, not only for me, but my colleagues in the West Hartford Legislative Delegation, and we're ready to get back to work in January and keep fighting for folks in West Hartford.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I just want to ask you, what is your sense of the future for Connecticut? When you head back down to Washington, what are you fighting for? What can the people of Connecticut and West Hartford expect to receive as a service from you?
Yeah, well, first, I'm very fortunate. I don't have to go to Washington. I can just stay right here in Hartford and fight for folks and work, with, my colleagues on the opposite side of the aisle as well. And I think, I'm very bullish on Connecticut. I think that we've really turned the corner in terms of budget. We used to kind of lurch from one budget crisis to the next. We have a very solid rainy day fund. We were able to cut taxes this past session, at the same time investing in education, investing in mental health services, and things that people really care about. So there's an opportunity to do more, to make Connecticut more affordable, to make it a fairer economy, and to grow the economy, and that's what I'm going to be focused on the next 2 years.
That's excellent. That's excellent. We got a lot to look forward to. Connecticut is in good hands. You've chosen well with our leadership. You turned out the vote today. Senator Slapp, excuse me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
we
much.
appreciate you.
Of course.
Yes, thank you. Stay tuned.